Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. That's season 7, episode 17. It's the grand finale, so let's get right into it. Okay guys, this is the season finale. It's been a hell of a season. We begin the episode with like a little recap of everything that has happened in season 7. Gizelle accusing Charrissse, Wendy and Mia. It's just been a lot. But the finale kicks off with Ashley and baby Dean going to a restaurant, and it's like a little cute mom and son date. She's really excited because she now officially has gotten her home, and all that's really left is the paperwork. She FaceTimes her mom to tell her the good news because remember, Ashley and Michael bought the house together, and even though they are divorcing, I can definitely see how if they do get divorced, this could be a problem in the future. But for now, she seems okay. Then we get like small glimpses of Robyn and her family working out, Candace with her sister discussing the party, and Karen doing some business calls. When she's done with the business calls, she calls Mia. And Mia spills the whole tea and everything that was said in the bachelorette party, which includes Charrissse saying that she was a drunk and that she screwed the bartender, etc., etc. Karen's first question to Mia is, "Did you defend me?" Now you guys remember, Mia didn't defend her, so she has no other option than to say no. And then Karen tells her that she would defend her friend. And this is the same thing that I was saying last week about the women we're talking about regarding Karen wasn't light shade. It was honestly comments rooted in malice. So Karen is definitely putting Mia on timeout. Next, there's a scene with Robyn and her mom and dad. They're talking about attending Juan's brother's wedding in Jamaica, and she's telling them that they want to take advantage to have the ceremony there. Which my first thought was, that's a little tacky, like to use someone else's destination to have your own wedding, only if it's just going to be the 4 of them. But this is all news to Robyn's parents, and they think that they should be there. Just for the record, who wouldn't invite their loving parents to their wedding? But anyway, next up, Mia has a scene with Gordon. He accompanies her to the doctor's office to do some checkups on her health. Another family scene that we get is Gizelle and her daughters. She's making them and us believe that maybe something's happening with the guy named Steve. But she does talk to them about the fibroid problem, which is pretty serious. I gotta say, she's got some wonderful daughters. And honestly, maybe if Gizelle shared more intimate, real moments like these, she would come across a little bit different. And then Karen calls Wendy and tells her everything that Mia told her. Wendy was shocked as well, especially that nobody defended Karen. And she actually said a quote by Martin Luther King that I thought it was really interesting and new. I'm not saying it verbatim, but it was something to the effect of, what's shocking isn't what your enemy says, but it's the silence of your friends. And I was like, wow, like that pretty much sums it up. But then the day finally comes for Candace's video release party. The biggest tension there, of course, is Charrissse and Gizelle. She arrives, but Charrissse doesn't really want to talk to her. But everybody else is coming, having fun, and it's great to see all the support that Candace is getting. When Ashley arrives, she greets Wendy, brings up that Mia has been saying that Wendy is the one that wanted to get a piece of Mia. But Wendy, she didn't take it in a bad way, she was being friendly and playful, and tells Mia, you're the one that said you wanted my box, and they're laughing and they just hug it out. So then Candace takes the stage and she gets emotional. She thanks everybody, but especially her biggest supporter, her husband, and she, like I said, gets emotional, and it's kind of a beautiful moment. And then they show the music video. Some of them do throw some shade, of course, like Gizelle and Mia. Robyn arrives after everything is over because she was coming from another party, and then when they're all just talking, Gizelle talks to Karen again and mentions what happened at the bachelorette party. And Karen says, yes, I've heard about it. Mia told me everything. And then Gizelle says, well, did she tell you that she called you a prostitute? And that took me aback, just like it did to Karen, because I remember that it was Gizelle who called Karen that in her confessionals. But they showed some clips that hadn't been aired from that bachelorette party, and Mia didn't call her that, but she asked if she was that based on everything that she had been saying. And at this point, everybody, like I said, is gathered around together, and Ashley is saying to Karen that you have to say the truth, but Karen doesn't even want to defend herself because it's absurd. And then here comes Charrissse. You think that after 17 episodes of being ignored, Charrissse would catch a hint and know that Karen doesn't want to talk to her, but apparently she doesn't, and she's trying to like get into the conversation, but Karen dismisses her in true grand dame fashion and walks away. And then Mia goes after Karen, to clear some things up. She takes her to the side, and I was expecting her to apologize, but Mia is dropping names of some guys and asking if Karen hooked up with them. Mind you, there's been absolutely zero receipts about these rumors. But according to Mia, it's Karen that needs to show evidence that Charrissse is lying and that she's making it up. What kind of logic is that? And Karen decides that, what, it's time to leave. I don't blame her, because who would want to be at a party where all everyone is doing is falsely accusing you? So she and Ray gracefully exit. So Gizelle and Ashley actually want to talk to Chris, but Candace says that it's honestly not the best time. And like a toddler who has just been told no, Ashley decides to go and talk to Chris anyway. And then she goes not to apologize, but to complain about the tweets that he's been posting. And he goes off. He's angry because what is being done and said about his character, like they're smearing him, and Ashley just keeps on poking the bear, and that makes him storm out and like very angrily. And like I said, he even said, like, what you guys are doing is really, like, can really affect me. And Candace says that this is, like, she's officially done with Ashley. And then she goes and tries to calm Chris down. And then after that, we get, like, the time cards that we get on all the season finales of the Housewife shows, like, what they're up to or whatever. And just as it seems that it's about to be the end, we get 2 months later on the screen, and they actually filmed this wedding between Robyn and Juan. But they decided actually not to do it in Jamaica, which I'm glad they didn't. They did it here in the States. I will say the way they edited it did make it seem a little lovely. Like they actually showed the ceremony, and her parents did go, which I think is good. And had Robyn not behaved the way she did with Wendy, with Karen, and just overall this season, I probably would have enjoyed it much more. But then these shady editors put a statement at the end regarding the cheating allegations that Robyn made just last week. And that is all, you guys. This is all we got from the season finale. It was a little extra long than normal episodes, but I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the way they all did Karen. I thought that was really unfortunate, but there was really no conflict solved. So we'll see what happens, because we are going to be getting the 3-part reunion starting not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, because they're not going to be showing any episodes next week because of the Super Bowl. But after that, we're going to be right here talking about that reunion. So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a great one.